Something in Wandon Valley is making people sick.
But it is an epidemic.
I'm afraid so.
Something is killing the animals.
3 deaths on my land in one day.
Something so sinister it can't be traced.
It's not hepatitis A.
And what is it then?
And a new romance fires a jealous reaction. A Country Practice, 7:30 Monday on 8. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish to advise that the following program is classified AO for adults only.
And I love this mob. I love them like brothers and sisters. I'm not going to stop around. We have one of the biggest nights ever in television, Count Paul Grabowski. We have guests. We have Princess Di's personal fitness trainer, Carolyn Brown. Princess Di's first... We got a man who put together a video called The Lover's Guide, the first visual aid to help couples get the best out of love and sex, Dr. Andrew Stanway. Australia's representative in the 1991 Miss Beautiful Legs contest to be held in California at the end of the month, Mia Grant. He's larger than life. He's just back from London where he enjoyed great success. Jonathan Coleman's in there somewhere.
Legs.
And that wasn't enough. Comedian Lee Ross is in there. And musically, Lindsay Field's going to be singing up a storm. So that is one big show. And say, did I mention Miss Legs? But say, enough of Miss Legs! Pathetic, really, isn't it? It's right now, it's time for the very latest news, You're right, Naomi? Set to fire. The very latest news, because she's been jotting it down, personally manning the thing, doing it all herself. In fact, if she hasn't got it, she's making it up. Would you please welcome the assistant queen of the newsbeat, Naomi Robson.
Thank you. Good evening. A chilling warning from a Sydney coroner today. If we continue to follow the American pattern of more guns and more violent pornography, the Strathfield Massacre will happen again.
After a 9-day inquiry into the state's worst massacre, Coroner Kevin Waller has condemned the availability of semi-automatic weapons and violent pornography. Mr. Waller says Australia tends to copy crime patterns in the United States. Mass killings and serial killings have become commonplace in that country. The ready availability of weapons and saturation with violent pornography have made their contribution.
The coroner predicts the tragedy of Strathfield could happen again.
Only then, he believes, will the outrage finally force drastic changes to the gun laws. On gun control, the coroner says the possession of deadly weapons is like boxing. You might find it interesting and exciting, but you can't defend it. The coroner also singled out the book American Psycho, which was found on Wade Frankham's bed. Mr. Waller says it contains material so gross, so grotesque, as to be scarcely readable. In my opinion, there is a connection with the massacre.
Too late to save the Strathfield victims, but on the day the coroner called for tougher gun laws, the Premier's announced them without dissent, and without Bob Hawke too. The Premiers are banning military-style semi-automatic weapons, restricting the sale of ammunition and confiscating guns held by violent offenders. But they won't pay compensation for guns handed in. Canberra, they say, allowed the guns in, and Canberra can pay.
It's up to the Prime Minister to put his money where his mouth is on this issue.
Another milestone, the Premier's also announced uniform road laws, vehicle safety and pollution standards, driving tests and recognition of vehicle defect notices anywhere in the country.
We've actually established today a common market in Australia.
Only a day since the opposition released its brand new economic policy, and already a small crack in the Duco. Opposition leader John Hewson and National Party leader Tim Fischer have given significantly different figures on the price of new houses under the new policy. The differences emerged as the coalition leaders went on the campaign trail to sell their new policy.
Taking the opposition's tax package to the public in Sydney's eastern suburbs today, Dr Hewson was obviously elated at the initial reception, although not everyone was impressed.
Robbing from the poor to give to the rich, mate. Keep it up, keep it up.
Earlier, on radio, the opposition leader put his job on the line, saying he'd resign if a future coalition government broke its pledge not to increase the consumption tax above 15%.
I think I probably should. We'll do it. Okay. I will. You will resign? Sure.
I think it's sort of a bit of a curate's egg, you know. I think it'll gradually go bad.
The government has another 18 months to sell that message. But John Hewson's convinced he's on a winner. The coalition is offering voters the lure of more money in their pockets.
Significantly more money in your pocket to pay, but you'll be able to almost have a beer on the government.
In Croatia, Serbian-backed federal troops have finally entered the strategic city of Vukovar at the end of a 3-month siege. What they found was the ruins of a city littered with corpses. The surrender eased but didn't end the suffering of the civilian population. 1,500 of them were moved out in convoys. They may again be in the path of the Federal Army. They leave behind them appalling destruction and still unconfirmed reports of a massacre in a village near Vukovar. A massacre on the other side of the world. A couple of weeks ago, a plane laden with cocaine landed on this airstrip in southern Mexico. 100 troops were waiting for it. A few minutes later, a small squad of police flew in. Minutes later, 7 of them were dead, shot not by the drug smugglers, but by the soldiers. The Mexican Attorney General first said it was a terrible mistake. Now Washington and Mexican authorities agree the soldiers may have been there to protect the drug runners. Every golfer dreams of a hole-in-one, and for the professionals, an ace usually means profit as well as pleasure. But as 2 Australian pros found out today, the rewards aren't always what you'd expect. This is Sandra McMenamin. She was playing in a small pro tournament in Melbourne today. Not much prize money, no live TV coverage, and nobody except her playing partner saw her hit a hole-in-one. For her trouble, she won a $23,000 Subaru car. Nice one, Sandra. And this is Terry Gale, an Australian pro golfer, hitting off today in Japan's richest golf tournament. Nearly $2 million in prize money, live television, and in it goes as millions of viewers watch. And Terry's prize? Wait for it, not quite $2,000. Nice one, Terry. And that's all our news.
Thanks, Naomi. Are you a golfer?
I've been learning, yeah.
Ever had a hole-in-one?
Never.
What's the closest you've ever got to the pin? From the tee?
Oh, good grief,
They're two technical terms. You haven't got the
so far away, I can't remember.
What's the name of the stick that you hit the ball with, Naomi?
The club.
Right. And who's the bloke who takes you around the course with you, carries your sticks?
Well, my caddy.
Yes.
I hope. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. We'll discuss this a little further. We can go either way, folks. We can go viewer faxes, or we can get into... we can do... Let's do it. Yeah, there's an expression... There is an expression that describes durability. Has it got legs? Well, I can assure you our first guest tonight has got legs. Would you please welcome Miss Legs? Thanks for coming in, Mia. Appreciate it very much. Now, how did you get to become Miss Legs?
I sent in a photo to a girlfriend, brought home a poster from gym, and it said, you know, leg competition, Miss Legs Australia. I sort of said, oh yeah, sure, really going to win it. I sent in some photos because I've sent in quite a few photos to different modelling competitions, and they notified me by mail.
That you won?
Shock horror, yeah, I won.
And have you seen any... Now, what's the prize?
What is the prize?
Is there a prize?
Yes, there's lots of prizes, Steve.
Oh, great. Excellent.
I'm going over to California next Friday for
For
7 days.
Oh, fantastic.
Venice Beach, California. Hopefully I'll work on the tan.
Now, this is the international Miss Legs competition.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, now what are we looking... What were the judges looking for in the judging department, in the Miss Legs judging department?
I don't know, what do you think?
Preaching to the converted here, really. I don't know. What... I don't know, but whatever they were looking for, they found it.
Yes.
What are there certain judging points that they would have been using? Criteria?
Well, yeah, I guess that they certainly couldn't look like tree stumps, that's for sure. They had to be long. I guess just in balance. They had to look good.
Yep. And indeed they do. Did your legs always look this good? Have you always had good pins?
No. Pins. When I was at school, you know, my school uniforms just used to hang off me like a sack, and I just got called everything from beanpole, grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
Praying mantis.
Praying mantis.
Yeah, praying mantis. Yeah, there's some quite good names, and yeah, I used to get them screened at me quite often. But the weight training certainly helped.
Oh, so you're doing a fair bit of working out?
Yeah.
Well, give us your daily workout program.
Do you want it on a weekly basis? Weekly is
we can go weekly.
Yeah,
we can go weekly. Or annual. It doesn't worry me.
Okay. I start up. I do upper body 2 days a week.
Yep. Same as me so far.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Third day, I'll do aerobics. I used to train legs on the third day as well, but they started to get a bit...
So you specifically worked on the legs?
Yes. Yes. Lots of
Okay.
squats.
Squats?
Got that?
Squats?
Yes.
Yep.
Better add some extensions to your routine as well, I think.
Some which?
Leg extensions.
Leg extensions.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many of those would you do?
Say 4 sets of about 10 or 15.
Right. How long does this routine take?
It depends. Really depends. Legs, say I was training legs, it'd take about an hour.
Oh, an hour on legs.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But now I've swapped to doing aerobics because I started to get a little bit
to bulk up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started doing step aerobics, and now I'm down to doing normal aerobics.
So when you get to LA,
yeah.
do you stand there and look, or what happens? Do the judges watch you doing leg extensions, or how?
I don't think that'd be very flattering. No, it's up to me on the catwalk to show them off to my best ability.
Oh, it's a catwalk situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you got a routine worked out yet, or have you going to...
No, I'll just play it by ear.
So you're going to improvise on the night?
Yeah, I'll just wait. I mean, basically doing modelling is sort of, you get an idea of how to do the catwalk.
Could you improvise now, just very roughly, just improvise, just roughly, just something, just very briefly, just legs, an improvisation.
Now, where's the catwalk?
The catwalk is, here's the catwalk, right? The catwalk is sort of roughly around about here. Okay, so you're improvising. So I'll do the throw. I'll do the throw. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome from Australia, Miss Legs 1991 Australia. I think Oh, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more of...
A machine from the future was sent to kill Sarah. But this time, there are two.
Man, this is my life.
Rob Lowe.
I'm next.
Bad Influence. Resist it if you can. An adult.